Marcus Rashford, Scott McTominay, and Kobbie Mainoo. Just three of the most recent names from Manchester United's academy who have made the step up to the first team in recent years and have already made their mark some way or another. And now, Omari Forson could be the next. Born in Hammersmith, West London, Forson might never have left the English capital. Or at least, not so early. And for good reason, too. It was at the training center of West Ham United, his first club, and Tottenham that the young Anglo-Guinean got his first taste of football. But in January 2019, at the age of 15, he decided to move to Manchester United. It was a decision that did not necessarily please everyone, particularly Arsenal, who saw the young talent slip through their fingers. To ensure that no club would stand in the way of their new player's development, the Red Devils directors decided to offer him a scholarship deal in 2020. A gifted youngster, Forson only needed a few months to make his mark under Neil Ryan, then coach of the United U18s. He made his debut on the 17th of August 2019 in a league match against Wolves, a 2-0 defeat. Now a starter, Forson continued to scrape together playing time throughout the season, making 12 appearances with his elders, a taste of things to come. While he continued his rise in the U18 team, 13 games, 5 goals, and 5 assists. The versatile attacker's 2020-21 season took on a new direction when he made his debut for the U23 team in May 2021. His first few minutes were remarkable, with him scoring 1 goal and providing 2 assists in 77 minutes in his first game against Derby County, a 6-2 win. Once again used alongside the same teammates a few days later, Forson seemed to be closing in on first-team football. What's more, in the summer, United offered him his first professional contract. The following campaign, Forson continued to alternate between appearances with the reserves, 3 throughout the season, and fine performances with the U18s, 4 goals and 3 assists in 16 league games. At the same time, he also got his first minutes in the Youth League, where he was decisive twice, 1 goal and 1 assist, in 2 appearances, and played a part in the Red Devils FA Youth Cup triumph. In an article published on the club's official website, highlighted the exceptional resilience of his player, who in the end did not play in every game in the competition. Manchester United are being shown a solution to summer transfer window conundrum. Man United plan to strengthen their fullback options in the summer transfer window, but who they attempt to bring in could rest on Diogo Dalot's performances. One of Erik ten Hag's biggest selection headaches during preseason was caused by who would become Manchester United's first-choice right-back. After Diogo Dalot made a storming start to the 2022-23 campaign, the Portugal international encountered a couple of injury issues after the World Cup in Qatar. That meant Aaron Wan-Bissaka was drafted back in from the cold and given the opportunity, against all odds, to resurrect his Old Trafford career. Having featured just once prior to the World Cup, Wan-Bissaka ended the season with a respectable 34 appearances to his name. He started 8 of United's last 10 Premier League matches, establishing himself as one of the first names on the team sheet. The 26-year-old topped the right-back pecking order at the start of this season too, starting each of United's first 4 Premier League matches before a hamstring injury derailed his start to the campaign. He has since been in out of the team and has missed the last 3 matches with an unspecified injury. Manager Erik ten Hag, speaking ahead of Sunday's trip to Aston Villa at his pre-match press conference yesterday, confirmed Wan-Bissaka had attempted to train yesterday morning, but had to withdraw from the session, casting doubt over his availability for the trip to Villa Park. Though his hopes of featuring in the Midlands have not been completely quashed, it would take something special for him to dislodge Dalot from the right-back berth. Arguably the unsung hero of United's recent resurrection, the latter has more than played his part in the recent Premier League victories over Wolves and West Ham United. Featuring in 31 of United's 33 matches in all competitions so far this season, The 24-year-old has produced performances in each of the last 2 games that were reminiscent of his showings prior to the World Cup, a period which saw him enjoy his best spell in a United shirt. Often moving inside to carry out the duty of an inverted right back, Dalot doubled up with Casemiro to form the base of United's midfield when they had possession. United did not sign a single player in January, with their business affected by Sir Jim Ratcliffe's 25% investment into the club, a development that is still being ratified by the Premier League. The squad that remains will look to secure a good league finish, with the club currently 8 points adrift of the top 4, have a deep run in the FA Cup, and impress the incoming Ineos team, who will take charge of United's football operations. However, 3 senior players could still leave the club this week, despite the transfer window in Europe being closed. Christian Eriksen, who has been linked with a move to Galatasaray, could depart Old Trafford, with the Turkish transfer set to close on Friday, February 9th. According to ESPN, the club is considering making an approach for Eriksen before their Turkish deadline, though there is little confidence that a deal can be done. While there is still a possibility Eriksen could leave United, Galatasaray are allegedly more likely to step up their interest in the player in the summer. Similarly, Anthony Martial, who is currently out with a groin injury and has just 6 months on his United deal, was said to be the subject of a bid from Fenerbahce earlier in the window. Sky Sports claimed Fenerbahce had already submitted a bid worth $6.8 million in January and were favorites to land the player. While the Turkish club may revisit the move in the summer, there is still time for them to make another approach before the transfer window closes. Meanwhile, Raphael Varane had been linked with a move to Al Nassr in the Saudi Pro League side, with his United deal also set to expire at the end of the season. While their transfer window is currently closed, the out-of-favor Frenchman could be tempted by a move to Major League Soccer in the coming weeks or months. The transfer window in the U.S. lasts from January 31st to Monday, April 24, and should Varane continue to struggle for game time, he may be tempted by a move stateside. United have endured a topsy-turvy season. Despite a comprehensive 3-0 draw over West Ham at the weekend, Erik ten Hag's men are languishing some 8 points adrift of the top 4. With Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos set to take over football operations at Old Trafford ahead of the summer, the club has been tipped to undergo much change in the coming months.